Okay, so it says graph the inequality on a number line. So I'm just going to grab a pen real quick. And I'm just going to do a couple of them, and you can do a couple other ones if you want. But for number 1, here's 0. I'm going to say that 13 is here. And it says that x is less than or equal to. So since 13 is a part of the solution, I'm going to circle it and fill it in. Let's fill in the circle. Okay, just pretend that's really filled in, and then shade that way. Okay, and then I'm going to do 6. So we have 0, but that is what they want, and x is greater than or equal to, so fill in the circle, because it can be 0, and then go that way. And then I'm just going to do this one just because, and so we have negative 15, let's say, is right there, and x is less than, so we have an open circle because it can include 15, negative 15, and then it goes this way. Okay? So we are on lesson 4.2. Yay, yay, yay. And we're solving inequalities using addition and subtraction. So put that at the top of your composition notebook. And then the essential question is, how can you use addition or subtraction to solve an inequality? So basically what we have been doing to solve an equation is very, very, very similar to solving an inequality, except for instead of an equal sign, we have less than or greater than or less than or equal to, and less than or greater than and equal to. So those are practically the only differences. But so our key ideas, which you're going to want to write down. So first, we have addition property of inequality. When you add the same number to each side of the inequality remains true. So what you do to one side, you can do to the other, and it's still the same. And then subtraction property of inequality. When you subtract the same number from each side of an inequality, the inequality remains true. And that's the same thing. And we've heard this with equations, so that makes sense because they're very, very similar, like I said. Okay, graphing help. So when you have less than, it's an open circle and then you draw to the left. And then when you have greater than, it's an open circle and you draw to the right. And then less than or equal to is closed circle to the left, and then greater than or equal to is closed circle to the right. Sorry. So this will help you if you want to put that in your notes. So solve x minus 5 is less than negative 3, and then graph our solution. Alright, so I'm going to grab a different color. And so we have x minus 5 is less than negative 3. So I'm going to plus 5 to get rid of it right there, plus 5. I have x is less than 2. So I'm going to graph that. We have a 0, and then 1, 2. This is going to be an open circle because we don't have the equal to, so 2 is not included. And then x is less than, so it goes all of this. Okay? Oops. Okay. Alright, and then this one is just kind of already filled through so you can see it. But remember, rewrite inequalities so that x is on the left side of the inequality, because it'll make you look at it better and get the graph right. If you have 2 is greater than x minus 5, obviously put the 5 over with the 2, so you'd add it. And you have 7 is greater than x, but the x is on the wrong side. It doesn't make as much sense being over here visually for us. So we rewrite it by saying x, put x there, and then it's less than, so we have to do less than 7. And then this points the wrong way. This points the way the graph should go. So the point is going this way, which is the way the graph should go. Okay? Just a little trick you might want to keep in mind. So solve the inequality and then graph the solution. So I'm going to do 2 and you can do the other one, or yeah. So y minus 6 is greater than negative 7. So plus 6 plus 6, we have y is greater than negative 1. And then graph. We have negative 1. It's going to be an open circle, and the sign is pointing this way, so we're going to go this way. Okay? And then over here, I'm going to do 3. We have plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That gets rid of it. And then, so negative 1/2 plus 1/4. So this is going to be negative 2 over 4 plus 1/4. So we get negative 1/4. So negative 1/4 is greater than z. I'm going to rewrite it saying z is less than negative 1/4 because that's going to help me graph it. And here we are. So this is 0, negative 1/4. Okay, an open circle again, and it goes this way because the arrow is pointed that way. Okay. Solve 13 is less than or equal to x plus 14 in graph. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 14. That's going to give me negative 1 is less than or equal to x. Don't like this order, so x is greater than or equal to negative 1. And then I'm going to graph it. 0, negative 1, filled in, and it's going this way because so is this. Boing. Okay. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. Okay, so with number 4, we add 7, we get w is less than or equal to negative 3. And then I'll do this one, so we add 10, so we get that 2.5 is greater than or equal to d. I'm going to rewrite this one as d is less than or equal to 2.5. And then now I'm going to graph both of these. 0, 0. Okay, this is negative 3. And this one is w is less than or equal to, so we fill in the circle. And w is less than, and it's pointing this way. The less than points this way, and so this is our graph. And then here we have 2.5, and d is also less than, and it's equal to, so that's included, and there we go. Okay, and that's all we have today. I hope you thought that that was genuine, like that was a little easier because it kind of reminded you of solving just equations. The only thing that's different is that you have to keep track of, if it's greater than or equal to, or and stuff like that, just so you can make your graph better. But I think we got it. I think this is fine. So have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.